Well, the weather outside's miserable, it's pouring down with rain, so what better way to spend the morning than here in the kitchen doing some baking. What can I say? I'm a genius. Hello there, I'm Sid the Baker. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make some English puff pastry. Now I know what you're thinking, why would we make puff pastry when we can buy it from the supermarket ready made and ready rolled? It's all about the flavour. If you follow my recipe, I guarantee that when you eat this puff pastry, it will taste like angels dancing on your taste buds. And it's so easy to make. Let's go through the ingredients. First of all, 8 ounces of strong flour, 8 ounces of butter, half a teaspoon of salt, 5 ounces of cold water, and that's it. I'll get my apron on and we'll do some baking. So I have my machine bowl. I'm going to put the 8 ounces of flour in there, teaspoon of salt and 4 ounces of water, and that's it in there. Now then, we're going to use the dough hook for this because this is a very stiff dough. I want it stiff because it's got to mix the butter in later on without breaking up. So we're going to put it on first speed. Right, that's mixed together now. So take it off and just put it on a clean work surface. There you go. Right, so we've cleared a bit of a space here now so we can work. So what we're going to do now, let's put some flour down, put your dough on it. And what we're going to do, we're going to pin this out to a rectangle. Just like this. Now I want this rectangle to be round about 14 inches by round about 8 inches wide. It's not an exact science, but we get something like that. There we go. Right. So we've done that. What we're going to do now, we're going to divide that into 3. 1, 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3 there marked out. Now you get your butter. Now if you're using real butter, you see, that's where your flavour is, in your butter. So use real butter, it makes much better pastry. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to place it on the bottom 2/3, slicing it up and placing it on. In slices, just like that. Slice it up and place it on. Right, I'll come back to you in a second when I've done that. Right, so as you can see now, we've got 2/3 of it covered in butter. So what we do now, we get the top part and we fold it over like that. So you've covered the middle third, then you get the bottom third and you just fold it upwards like that. So there you go. So now you've got it all like a big sandwich, you see, like a sandwich. Put plenty of flour down. Now you had it that way because you folded that. No, you had it that way because you folded the back upwards. Turn it half a turn that way. Plenty of flour and pin it out the same as you had it before. Round about 14 inches by about 8 inches. You can turn it sideways if you want, just to get the width. Just like that. And turn it back here. There we go. Now, same again. Divide it up into thirds. Bottom, top one down, bottom one up. That's one turn. We're going to do 3 turns on this. That's one. That's two. In total, we're going to do 9 turns. So we're doing 3, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for an hour. And then we're going to do another 2 turns, that'll make 5, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for an hour. And then another 2 turns, and the same again, until we get the 9 turns. Now I know you think it's a lot of faffing around, but for that hour you can go away, do whatever you want, just come back. Doesn't have to be an exact hour, it can be longer, it can be 2 hours, doesn't matter. Right, that's my 3 rolls. I always put marks on, then I know how many I've done. So I'll probably come back to that in an hour. I'll put it in the fridge, I'll come back in an hour, and I'll give it another 2 turns. Right, so I've left this pastry in the fridge for an hour. I'm just going to give it another 2 rolls. Put some flour down again, make flour on top, and do exactly the same again as you did before. Pin it out. About 14 inches long by about 7 or 8 inches wide. Divide it into 3. Fold one piece down and one piece up. Turn it sideways. More flour and another roll. And there we go, that's another 2. So that has now had 5 rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'll come back when we've done the 9 rolls, because it's only the same for the next one in another hour's time, and then another hour after that, and that'll be the 9 rolls. So I'll come back a little bit later on. Right, so I'll give this another 2 rolls off camera, and it's been another hour or so after that, so we're on the last 2 rolls now, which will be 9 rolls. Now what we can do with this when it's made, we can keep it in the freezer until we want it, or we can put it in the fridge, let it rest for another hour, and then use it. Now, what can you use it in? Well, sausage rolls springs to mind. We can make nice sausage rolls. We can make meat potato pasties out of it, or we could go the other way and make some cake things out of it. We can make Eccles cakes. We could make cream puffs. We can make vanilla slices. The list is endless. Right, now that has had all 9 rolls. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that in the fridge, and in future videos I'll be showing you how to do vanillas, Eccles cakes, and all the above that I mentioned before. Well, there you go. How easy was that? That was English puff pastry. Now you can do rough puff pastry. If you were to do rough puff pastry, you'd chop your butter up and put it in the mixing bowl with the flour and the water. French puff pastry, that's entirely different again. But we always use the English one in the bakery. We found it much lighter and much better to use. If you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, turn on those notifications, and then you can find out what we're making out of all this stuff. Thank you.